everybody, my name is Mia Wasserman, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make chocolate chip banana muffins. I have all of my ingredients laid out here, and I'll be telling you the measurements as we go along. Let's get started. First, we'll be starting out with 2 cups of rolled oats. And we'll be adding this to our food processor, but if you don't have one, then you could also just use a blender. And here's our 2nd cup of oats. Our next ingredient is 2 large ripe bananas. You can chop them or break them up if you want, but it doesn't matter because it's all going to be blended together. Our next ingredient is 1 cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt. I'm using non-fat, but you don't necessarily have to. You could just use regular yogurt if you want. You also could just scoop using a measuring cup, but I'm using a spoon because it allows for a more accurate measurement. Our next ingredient is 2 to 3 tablespoons of honey. And you could use however much you want within those range measurements. Our next ingredient is 2 large eggs. Our next ingredient is a half teaspoon of baking soda. Our next ingredient is 1½ teaspoons of baking powder. Our baking soda and baking powder are going to be what's going to allow our muffins to rise in the oven. Next, we have an 1/8 teaspoon of salt. And now our final part of our ingredients that are going to be blended here is 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now that we have all of our ingredients except for the chocolate chips assembled, we are going to blend this in our food processor or blender for about 3 minutes. And you want to blend it until it's completely smooth. Our last ingredient is up to a 1/2 cup of any mixin you want. I'm using a 1/2 cup of chocolate chips, but you could also use nuts or dried fruits or fresh fruits. And you just want to mix this together, don't blend it anymore. Okay, so I lined my cupcake tray with baking liners, and I'm going to be using an ice cream scoop to scoop the tins full about 3/4 of the way. This is to ensure that it doesn't puff up too much, and I'm using the ice cream scoop to ensure that I have even measurements. I'm using about 2 of these scoops to fill them 3/4 of the way full. As a finishing touch, I'm going to be adding some chocolate chips just on the top of the muffins. Now that that's all finished, I am going to be popping these in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. I just took these out of the oven and now they're all ready. Hope you enjoyed.